Hyundai i20 2010, 2009, Mark 1 i20. There's an error coming up. Notice here the red light, that's the airbag light. The engine's on and it's staying on, so got to try and figure out what it is. I think it's a B something number. So P something numbers, they're the serious ones, aren't they? B something numbers are not as serious as a P. So just plug in the scan tool, have a look. And see if we can clear it first. The first thing is see if we can clear it, see if it comes back. Right. So we were looking for Asian. We're looking for auto vehicles. So apart from the airbag fault, no other faults. One error. All we need to do is find the code, read the code. Driver airbag resistance too high. It's a B1346. B1346. First stage. Driver airbag resistance too high. First stage, what it is with a coil spring, not the clock spring. There's two stages to it. So the first stage is it's thinking about going if you crash, and the second stage is you've triggered it. It'll blow off. You know, it wasn't a minor crash; it was a big crash. So it sets itself off. So it's talking about the first stage. So somehow, I'm not exactly sure. Somehow the sort of spring under tension, and it kind of judges the input it's getting. So there's a coil spring inside the steering column somewhere. Need to get a B1346. We can try and doing a, I don't know what else we can do, but apart from read it, apart from buying a new part, see if we get any live data. Don't know. Passenger airbag on off state at time of crash. Passenger airbag on off switch state at time of crash. Have you crashed it at all? No?
It's on. Maybe
So
it thinks it's had a crash when I haven't.
Owners just check the left hand side just to check if the airbag thing's on for passengers. Passenger airbag on off switch state, so that's the passenger side, of course, the left side. Passenger airbag on off switch state at time of crash. Thinks he's had a crash. Check that. Don't know. Passenger airbag on off state at time of crash on, it's saying. See what this is, a complete list. Passenger airbag on off switch at time of crash. Thinks it's had a crash. On. Okay, right. Let's just clear it. That's one of the obvious things to do. Ignition on and engine off, yep. Yep. Raise codes command sent, okay. So owner says this has already been done, but it came back. So this is the test. If it comes back now, there's usually a part number.
That's good.
Well, yeah, they know that. So that's right. So read the codes. No fault at the moment. So we escape it. It'll say no fault in a minute, past no. But then we have to run it and see how it goes. Right. So we'll do.
The warning light has gone.
For a few
But
minutes and see if
the owner says used it a couple of times or once time, and it came back quite quickly. So if that light persists,
the owner knows to phone Hyundai. The cost I got quoted for is 241. So this sort of component you can't really just pick up from eBay. You know, you have to get it proper, because it's the airbag can blow off in your face.
Yeah.
Alright. So I've got the procedures how to remove it on the e-manual that I have, and I'll remind you what the e-manual is for this model. But we just have to wait and see now. If the light comes back on, owner knows to call, get the part, we'll install it. Alright, so that's the error anyway. The error was B1346, I think it was. A B error. Right, so the owner has bought a second-hand one from a scrapyard. We're going to have to check on that in a minute. First, let's take the negative terminal battery off. It's 10mm bolt on the Hyundai i20. You need to leave it off for quite a while to discharge properly. When you discharge, sometimes you press the brake, that will discharge it. And let me just hang on a second, put a cap. So disconnect the battery, because when we're working on the airbag, any kind of charge and we're pulling out can cause the thing to fire off. So there's no chance of that. And we just press on the brake, discharge. So we're going to leave that for 10 minutes, and that's enough time for us to check out this spare part. Right, let's have a look. It's the thing, we've got to get it right. On a new one, it comes with like a clip. On the old one, it doesn't come with a clip. There's meant to be a backing on there, but we'll have to take off our old one. There's a bit that goes on there, we'll have to take that off to fit on there. So that's not there, which is fair enough. So this has come from another Hyundai i20. I pulled these stickers off, and there's no window underneath. There's no plastic window. You can see through. Caution, lock spring. This is a repairable. What? This is not a repairable part. Do not disassemble. Right, fair enough. It needs to be recentered. Yeah, instructions to recenter. This is what we want. Rotate clockwise until tight, then rotate opposite direction approximately 3 turns. Allow alignment arrows. Failure to do so may cause gas system, risking serious driver injury. So I hope you can read that. I can barely read that. So well, we found the mark. It is there. There's the mark. Right, so all the way clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and a quarter, I would say. So 5 and a quarter divided by 2 is 2.75, right? So 2.75. Does it make sense where that mark is? Is it halfway? Is my reasoning. Is it halfway? So 1, 2. So 2.75. So we don't want it at 3, do we? We don't want it at 3. Here is 3. We want 2.75. And yes. Yes. There's the mark. 2.75. So it's got to be spot on. Oh, that could have been easily been missed. Wish they made a bigger mark. I'll tell you what, I'm going to Tipp-Ex that and tape it. Tipp-Ex there and there. The mark is here and here. Thereabouts. There's the two marks lined up. Tip-X mark here, and I've taped it. And put a bit more tape on. So I'll secure it from rotating while we work. Right, next job. I think I'm going to set up some lights in case we need more light. 2 screws. One here, and I'll tell you what screws they are. We're just going to take them off and show you what they are. I think it's a Torx 30 in there. I'm hoping this one will fit. It's quite a deep inset, so maybe it might fit. 30. Put the bolt, and that was probably only 20 Newton meters. Hear that? 25 maybe Newton meters. Right, both bolts have come off. So I'm just going to duck out of the way in case it explodes on me. Oh, okay. Nice and gently. Just move the seat back. As far as I go. That there? Oh, you can see it better. Oh, like that. Okay, that's better. And looks like I'm going to pull that yellow tab. That's just to keep the cable in. That comes out, and there's no other cable on this thing. And I can safely move that to one side. Do not test the resistance of the terminals after this has been removed on this unit, because it'll fire it off. So you don't go around testing the resistance. Leave it front side upwards. Like if it did explode accidentally, it's not going to shoot the back of this flying upwards like a projectile. Right. Pops up. Let's get it out of the cable. Right, yes. As easy as that. Now I'll be straining this at all. Is that as far as it'll go? It is. Hopefully it's idiot proof. It is idiot proof because this wire must fix into that top part. So in a way it's idiot proof because of that. Right, so I'll lay that somewhere, probably in the back seat I reckon. It might be a bit difficult. Right, we've got, oh, just see this, have a look. See that? I didn't touch it. So
Was that the issue?
could be the issue. I would say most likely the issue.
That's what's come off, yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Interesting.
Yeah? That's what it is. If I was to replace the clock spring, which I'm not, I'm reluctant. So I won't really be able to do this both-handed, so I'm just going to pretend, you know, what I'm going to do, crimp it a bit, I guess it's called. Squash it a bit. One terminal, one side of the terminal. Just a little light squish. See how that fits in there. Right, I'll fiddle about with that. Give me a second, I'll put some contact spray in it. So squashing it of course stops it from falling out so easy. So you know what I'm doing. Contact spray just to make sure it's not bad anyway, that contact. Just to make sure it's perfect. And 2 hands now will be easier. So it should be tight. That's better. Hear that? Click. Don't gonna fall out from now. Right then. It should be in there. It could be not that, but I think it might, have an effect. There's no flaming, what's it called? I don't know if you agree. Easy as that. Alright, nice one. If I magnetise it a bit. Right, so it's all fitted back in. Only thing left is the battery. I'll take it out of gear. Take the battery, put the battery back on. Owner drives it around the block and see if that airbag warning light has gone off. Right, I raised the code. I tried, but this time it wouldn't let me erase it. It came back straight away. I'm not sure why that is. So the owner's going to go for a little drive and come. Right, the steering wheel is, I'll just try and remember the angle, going on about 5 degrees anyway. Marked it there and there, and marked using white Tipex all the way through to the shaft and nut. Really, I should count the number of screws, threads, if I can on my sight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's about 4 threads. Call it 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's off from there. Radio. That's fine. It looks like a 17 maybe. Let's have a look. So 19. 19 socket. Hex. 19mm. Turn it, the wheel we're going to turn it. So, no steering lock. Right, I need assistance. Right, so the owner's going to grab the steering wheel from this side, right? Wow, that's on tight. Maybe 39. Ready? Okay, there we go. That is more than 39, I can tell you. Thank you, driver. So you should probably change the bolt, the nut. Should no doubt. So. One washer. See if it comes off with a wiggle. Probably not. Ooh. Tempted to put some paint on the thread. See, each one of them teeth could set you off on tracking, that's the problem. Each one of them teeth. So I have to memorise that. Wiggle pal. Don't knock it, the hammer. So the brown cable goes underneath the black cable. ground cable I'll put it first. Now we will undo that working cable. This cable pushes back here. There's a couple of pop out one. No, there is. So this bit, not too. Yeah, right. Is at this sort of angle. Remember, while steering wheel was over that way, wasn't it? That's probably why it's over that way. But it should be clipped in that way. So I'm going to undo these 2 screws. Down below. I took the bottom screw out as well. Hopefully not going to catch on anything like here. I should pop open. There's a catch here, isn't it? So that must be, this must come off. I have to prise it over. There we go. Right. Don't move it too much. There we go. That stayed in the same place. Okay. Radio. Some plastic clips. Does it come out anymore? It does come out, but it's going to be hard to put back. There we go. It comes out a bit more than that. So this came out here, it will come out a bit easier. There it goes, out of the way. Right, I bet it's going to be three clips there. Okay, let me work out. Shaft thing on this left side, I pulled it down and this became released. Simple as that. That's rubber, so everything's out of the way. Now what? Right, let's have a proper look at that. Get you a proper look as well. This thing really out. I think there's a clip there. That means there'll be a clip at the bottom as well. Oh no, there's a clip here. Oh, the light is killing it. Clip there. A clip here. Don't know about these two. So you know what I'm doing? There's a clip here. Here. Right, so don't know what that is. A white. It wants to come out. It would be out if it wasn't the shaft. There's blue plastic behind there. So these have got to come out. Oh, I just pulled that down. Is it to come down and out? Chances are it's going to come out like the other clip. Right, let me work it out, I'll get back to you. So with this clip, and I'm just want to let you know we might run into a stop here with our fix. I just pushed on that white thing there and that came out. The reason why it might come to a stop is because, I'll show you, we just had a look. That's that. But that See, it's not the same. You can see it from there. You already see that yellow clip doesn't look like it fits anywhere in there. Needs one of them. So it'll look like that. So we need another part. So the other two, with the white one I kind of pulled on here underneath, it came out easily. On the yellow one I kind of, there's a pullback on it, like a springy pullback and a springy pullback, and that came out. So now this comes out, and if we had the right part it should look like this. Now I should obviously give this to the owner to photograph so that whatever he gets is the right part. Now, oh, hang on a minute. No, this is okay. This is okay. That bit that doesn't fit fits into the bit I've got to take off. No, it's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to need to take off the backing where it says Mobius and click it on this one. That's where the three parts come from. Look at these other two clips. They look the same. They look the same now. So I need to remove this portion and fit it onto there. Click there. Click there. Put that in the same place. So there's a clip there, clip there, clip there, clip there. Work these two loose first. They're right opposite I need to. Then I kind of wedged it there, and it came out. So this bit we need. That's the old one. I'm going to give that to the owner of the car so we don't mix it up. Need this thing here. This thing's taped in. We've got two little prongs. Whoops. Got two little kind of funny prong, I don't know what you call them, but funny prong. They're going to fit in here. We've already got this set. We've got the tape on and everything, it ain't moved. So it should fit in. It was tilted over as well, wasn't it? So, oh, wants to do that. Let's see. Oh, it was yes, it was. It did make sense. The steering was turned to the left, wasn't it? Yes, that makes sense. Makes sense. So I'm gonna put them in there. I'm gonna have to kind of. I'm not supposed to take the tape out yet, because I've got to rotate this. All right, let me just gently pull that off. Gently pull this off and this off. So it sits in there like that. And put the tape back on. Tape back on. There you go. Helps playing with FX toys when you're young, doesn't it? Everything's like plastic and fit together. Right. I think I'm not allowing that to spin. Right. So I'm gonna shove that back in. These match. Put that in there like that. These just gently clip in like that, and like that. That's it, sitting in there all right. Was that side? I swear it was the other side.
Yeah, he says left a bit.
Let me have a think. Let me have a think about that. Look at it. Does that look right? I know all the plastic parts are in the right place because otherwise it wouldn't all fit in. It says the railroads are roughly lined up. The steering wheel was turned over that way. Right, we know the inner part hasn't spun because we've got tape on it. We know those two plastic clips have got to fit in their slot, and we did that to put the other back bit in it. Even though these two marks are off. So I guess the steering wheel is what's important. This is sitting as it should do, even though I don't know. I guess it's a few degrees off than the previous one, but we haven't moved this because we've got tape on it, right? And we've pushed these in. Right, let's just plug the plugs back in, put everything back in, and assemble everything, and then try it. That's all we can do. That's all we can hope for. Just before you put the steering back on, pull the two bits of tape out. If it's a second-hand one, if it's a new one, you pull the plastic clip off. So I've cleaned the thread on that column, and I'll put the cables roughly back in the same order. Right, make sure the brown cable's pulled out because we had it trapped in there. And look, the two marks. When I had it slightly off, it wouldn't fit. When I kind of wiggled it until the two marks lined up, it just clunked in. It was like a natural spot where it fits. This is how we left it. Time to apply some Loctite. I've got the blue formula, medium strength. I'm going to use a clean screwdriver to put it. So as you can see, ample amounts of Loctite. Get that washer in first, then the bolt, then the nut. Down actually, the torque specs of all cars is about 39. So let me get a torque wrench out. Well, the mark on the Tipex did not line up. At 39, I'll show you, it's off. So you saw 39 Newton meters. See how it's not flat at the top? Let's line up to how it should be, because you don't want this undoing itself in the middle of a motorway. So I remember, I think I was this side. I'm going to turn, and it's going to want to turn that way. It's going to want to be holding here. You ready? Yep. So, put it all back together. When we turn the engine on, that warning light was not there, but we're expecting there to be a fault because no one cleared the fault. But it wasn't coming on here when the engine was on. I'll show you in a second. The last of this video coming up, we need to make sure, of course, owner drives it around. So we need to get back. Erase code. Yep. Yep. Okay. Read codes. No fault codes detected. So we'll run it through again. Pass no fault, and then obviously when he drives around, comes back, tells me everything's okay, thumbs up. That's job done. Anyway. Film that. So went around the block, and the arrow, which would be above the seatbelt light, is gone. So job done.